Yo, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to a new episode of The Random Pick. Yes, I've got my controller in my hand. Yes, I have my phone at my disposal. It will be yet another Siri-based episode because that just seems to be the way that this series has gone. And I actually really like it. It gives you a chance to see the randomness in effect as well. And because I have 700k at my disposal, I don't really want to go onto the market and be picking up super expensive players. I'd rather use the crazy stuff that I've got in my club because I know that I've got some really cool stuff there. So if you do enjoy, hit me with a thumbs up button, and of course don't forget to sub if you're new around here. The quality and level of players that we've got this week will be the same actually as we have before. We have all the icons and the loans, loads of cool TOTS players including the likes of 96 Mertens, 93 Bailey. We then move to the Festival of Football players. They're all awesome, and yeah, we get to the untrades as well. 98 Salah would be pretty sweet. 95 Company or Ronaldinho would be a beast, obviously so much fun to use. So we'll go, like always, up to page number 10 where the final footies do lie, and of course there's some other pretty cool players there. So a very high chance that our players will be 90 rated and above. So let's get stuck in. Hey Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
Random number between 1 and 10 is 9.
Is 9, so we just go back one page here, and we've got lots of very good untradeable players at our disposal. Let's just see who we get. Hey Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
Random number between 1 and 10 is 10.
Is 10. We literally get 92 rated Lozano. So obviously we're going to score some goals today. That couldn't have got a much better start. He is a complete and utter beast. Hey Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
Random number between 1 and 10 is 10.
Is 10. Alright, we go all the way to the end here. So again, high chance that we could get a Futties player. Hey Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
Random number between 1 and 10 is 5.
Is 5. Who do we get here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I used Cliver last week, so I will re-roll it on this occasion just because at 2 weeks running, I don't want to have the same random pick players. I'm sure you guys understand, but we will pick it from the exact same page, and we will just, Cliver doesn't count. Hey Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
Random number between 1 and 10 is 7.
7. So if he's 5, we have 6, we have 7. We get 91 rated Futties Bakayoko. Slightly less attacking than what Clivert would have been, but, you don't want to see the same players every week, surely. Hey Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
Random number between 1 and 10 is 6.
6. What's on page number 6 then? Is this like good... Oh, untradables. Oh no, this one could be terrible, really, couldn't it? We got to hope for some luck here, otherwise we're going to get some rubbish players. Hey Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
Random number between 1 and 10 is 3.
Who is that? Oh, it's Nacho Fernandez. It's not the worst player in the world. I mean, it would be nice to have his teammate. I guess I could still put his teammate in the squad. But we get 86 rated Nacho Fernandez, who's actually a very good centre-back on the game. He's just not like super high rated, but I'll take it. So, we have our 3 players now. Let me get stuck into the random pick as normal. Alright, so we now move on into the rest of the episode as we always do, and it's time to choose a formation. Today I've gone with a defensive style 4-3-3 just because this would work for the sort of squad I had in mind. Speaking of which, the 3 players are going to be in these spots right here. We have right centre back for Nacho Fernandez, left CDM spot for Timmy Bakayoko, and then of course that lone striker role for the 92 rated Mexican Lozano. The team around them looks a little bit like this. So we've basically got an Eredivisie, La Liga, France, Premier League, Ligue 1 kind of mix. And, it's not the craziest of squads in the world, but was still something that I was happy to use. So Adan in goal, and then Roussillon Tots and Arias Tots as my fullbacks. If you haven't used him already, that Roussillon, 90 rated, crazy stats, really good fullback in my opinion. And then I was able to get the 93 rated Varane into the squad. I wanted to use him, so he's using that strong green link off to Nacho Fernandez and helping with chemistry. anniversary today, who is our first random pick player. He has got 80 pace, 88 defending, and 84 physical, as well as a random 4-star weak foot out of nowhere. And if you do remember, he scored that absolute whopper of a goal for Spain in the World Cup. Lovely, lovely strike, if I do remember correctly. Now, in the midfield, I've got a couple more PSV players. We've got Pereiro, who's actually now got an 86 rated version that you could use in this squad. It was just, I just didn't use it. And then we have Van Ginkel, who is a team of the season player that is useful for the link into Lozano and stuff. But then Timmy Bakayoko is our second random pick player. This is super crazy rated, like steroid version of the OP player that we have at the start of the game. So I love that we have a 91 rated Bakayoko. And did he transfer? I heard he recently transferred, or a while back actually for you guys right now. But yeah, I think, was it Milan? Did he go to AC Milan? I can't remember if that actually went through or not. Let me know in the comments. And then our third and final random pick player is 92 rated striker Hirving Lozano. Has sort of been that devil player all year long. Everyone loves to use him. Everyone hates to play against him. So luckily for us, I was using him today. And then we've got Martial out on one side. And I don't even want to try and pronounce the guy's name on the right-hand side because I always struggle with it. So he's the AZ guy, the guy from the Eredivisie, team of the season with 95 pace. So the whole squad in total... pretty stacked, lots of good players all over the show. Not a massive fan of the formation. I struggled a little bit to the point where I definitely did switch to the 4-1-2-1-2 at points just so that I could make use of it, but by doing so, obviously then still kept Lozano up front because that's where I originally was playing him, and then Bakayoko, he played as a CDM, which is obviously where I was playing him in the 4-3-3, so it works out absolutely fine for us along the way. But overall performances from this team, I found it a little bit more difficult for some reason. Like the squads that I was coming up against, people had nice teams, as you would expect. Everyone's got their end games going, and those that are still playing, I said this last week, those that are still playing are the complete and utter hardcore of the game. So obviously, you're definitely going to struggle a little bit more. This particular guy, I'm pretty sure I eventually won, and I eventually scored quite a few goals against him. But I went 1-0 and 2-1 down against a guy who genuinely didn't have a crazy end game squad. He had like a gold Prem team with like Andy Carroll up front, I'm pretty sure it was, and I genuinely struggled like crazy. So sometimes talent just beats the crazy stacked teams that a lot of people have, and this guy was done well. Eventually I came back and stuck like 5 goals past him. Maybe I was just being a bit casual at the start of the game. But obviously having people like Martial and the guy from the Eredivisie out on the right hand side in your squad as wingers, like they're going to obviously drag the defenders out. Both of them, I'm pretty sure both have 95 pace. If so, that's end game card pace. That's the ones which are still going to outpace the quick the team of the season centre backs and stuff. So you're still going to be able to run away. You're still going to drag them out, leaving space in the middle for the likes of Lozano to then go and do his business. And of course, he doesn't necessarily need the wingers to do that because he kind of does it himself already. Lozano's got 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, ridiculous 99 pace, really good dribbling, ability to finish. Like there's not much more you could ask for in a card than the stats that Lozano's got. So yeah, there was no issue with him whatsoever. He's not the greatest player on this game, I have noticed, and I did do actually a video. If you're still looking to learn a little bit more about players like that, then there is a couple of videos on my channel of the Lozano stuff. I did a squad builder and sort of review around him. Is he the GOAT? That type of series, and I think he's close to being the GOAT, but he's not quite there. There's a couple players that are a little bit better than him, and that will reflect in his rating at the end of this video based on my performances with him today. But still scored a lot of goals, over a goal a game average. Of course, that's what he's going to do for you because people don't know how to defend against him. It's very difficult when you come up against someone who's got like super duper pace and the skills and the ability to dribble around you and stuff like that. So yeah, the only major difficulty, and it's not even that hard because some of the top players that you can get is actually linking him. Being a Mexican player in the Eredivisie, not always the easiest to link, and there are genuinely like a couple of players which you kind of have to use. You either have to go down the icon route and link him to icons, or the Mexican icon to get a nice strong link, or use the likes of Van Ginkel and then Pereiro that I used today, and Arias, depending on what position and formation you've got, and that will obviously help you out. So The squads are always going to look kind of like this when you use a player like Lozano up front, because you do need those chemistry players. But we were able to get some awesome other Team of the Season cards, Pink Fighters cards into the squad, which is always good. So Adan in goal, I don't necessarily rate him, to be honest. Like, even as a 92 rated Spanish goalie, didn't seem to do very well. So yeah, maybe try someone different if you can. It's a goalie. They're not really worth it at the end of the day. However, Arias and Roussillon, my fullbacks, brilliant. They've got so much pace, and they keep up with those wingers nicely, especially the French left-back. Loved him. Varane, top tier, one of the best centre-backs in the game with the stats that he's got, you know, to give a centre-back 88 pace, that's nice. You know, you think someone like Nacho Fernandez is quick, and then you see his teammate has got 8 more pace than him. It's a bit mad. So, in terms of value for money and stuff for Nacho, I give him an 8.5 out of 10 and a 4.5 star value for money. I paid 120k. You could probably pick him up for more like 20k at this point in time, but I've genuinely owned him for like 5 or 6 months, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, he's someone that's stuck in my club. And that also goes to show how much I enjoy him and needed to keep him for my squads. In the midfield then, the two PSV guys, Pereiro and Van Ginkel, both did very well. Pereiro especially. Go out and get the 86 rated version of that, and I'm sure he's an even more madness. Bakayoko's up there with the best in the entire game. For me, he's a 5-star value for money. That SBC was dirt cheap for what you get, and a 9.5 out of 10. Like, there's only 1 or 2 players that are better at what he does on the game than him. So, yeah, real awesome player. He's just super OP. It is like a crazy version of someone that's already like game-breakingly good. The two wingers, no issues, talked about them already. Super pacey, super technical with the dribbling and stuff, and will score you goals. And then Lozano gets a 5-star value for money and a 9 out of 10. You could potentially boost that up to the 9.5, but the fact that you have to use certain players around him does bring that down a little bit in terms of like usability and stuff. But overall, super madness of a card, and genuinely a decent team. So there you go. That is the random pick for today, guys. If you have enjoyed, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Have a lovely Sunday, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.